and welcome back to another episode of 2 Cent Tuesday. Before I get to this letter, I want to remind you, push that little red button and subscribe so that you'll be the first to know when a new episode appears. All right, let's get to today's letter. This one comes to us from Melanie. Melanie writes, "Hi, Doc. I've been dealing with my boyfriend for over 2 years. We met in college when he was pledging his fraternity and I was pledging my sorority. We recently graduated from college and have a great time together. I really hope he's the one. There is, however, one problem. He seems unable to set boundaries with one of his line brothers. He is always over my boyfriend's house and doesn't seem to want to leave when I come over so that we can have some privacy. He is cordial to me, but I don't believe he likes me. My boyfriend says that his line brother wants them to become roommates. I don't like the idea as I think it will further complicate our ability to spend time together. And I recently caught my boyfriend's line brother staring at him, and it raised questions for me that I hadn't had before. Doc, how do I have a discussion with my boyfriend about his sexuality?" Well, all right, Melanie, here's my 2 cents. First, it sounds like your radar has gone off. But really, there's kind of 2 ways that we could think about this thing here. The first is his behavior about his commitment to you? Or secondly, is it truly about his sexuality? Let me start with his commitment to you. The first thing that I would ask is, why is he trying to get a roommate versus planning a future with you? Secondly, does he really like spending time with you and getting invested in the relationship and your we time? And is he using his roommate as a blocker because he's really not interested in spending that kind of time with you? I don't know, Melanie. I'm just asking the question because his behavior could really be a signal about his investment in the relationship. You guys just graduated from college, so I'm assuming you're in your early 20s. He might be trying to sow his oats and not be in a serious committed relationship. And so his roommate kind of serves as that third wheel or third person so that you guys don't get really serious. You did catch that side eye, and that posed or brought something from deep in here. Well, your intuition is saying it might be something a little deeper. So is his behavior about his sexuality? Now, Melanie, if you've watched my other videos, you know I am a proponent of direct communication. So my advice to you would be to ask the question of your boyfriend. Sit him down and have a direct conversation about his sexuality. Ask him if he's interested in his roommate, if he's ever been interested in guys, if he hasn't been interested, but now he's interested in guys. Have the direct conversation. But Melanie, remember, if you're going to have the conversation, you have to be prepared for the answer. So if you ask him if he's ever had relationships with guys and he says, yes, he has, but he's not interested in that anymore, how is that going to change your relationship, or would that change things for you? If he says, no, I've not had previous relationships with men, but I think I'm kind of curious about that, how does that then change your desire for the relationship, for him, or where you go from here? So Melanie, have the conversation, but be prepared for the answer. Never ignore your intuition and never be afraid to have frank conversations with the person who you say you hope is the one. He can't be the one if you two are not upfront about what you want and where you're trying to go individually as well as a couple. Melanie, that's just my 2 cents. And I'm going to tell you right now, I would love to hear how that conversation turns out. Thanks for writing in. Take it or leave it. Now, if there are any of you who've been listening and you have something that you want Doc Erica to chime in on, feel free to hit me up on the email address below, and I'll be sure to get your letter on air. Until then, remember, therapy matters.